Do you have any hidden talents? I guess tap dancing. I'm self-taught, so it's not really a talent. It's just something I taught myself because I was obsessed with musicals from the 1920s. So yeah, tap dancing, very amateur. So have you ever seriously considered quitting social media? Yes, because social media was not something I wanted to be doing full-time like the way that I am now. I definitely wanted more so to be an actor, and social media just gave me the chance to be creative and make my own scripts, make my own movies, kind of put myself out there. So I didn't expect to become a social media person. I kind of thought of it as a stepping off point, but I'm definitely enjoying and loving the community and people I've met. So social media is its own beautiful thing. If you could meet any 3 people, dead or alive, who would you want to meet? Okay, dead or alive. Okay, definitely Shirley Temple. I was devastated. I was devastated when she died. I'm being serious. She died when I was in high school, and I ran out and found my closest friend and just squeezed them until they could like make me okay. I was so sad. I really thought I was gonna meet her and be besties. She was in her 80s. I was so inspired by her. She kind of is what inspired me to be an actress. I read her novel. I'd seen like at least 40 of her movies at that point. Yeah, Shirley Temple for sure. Sky Brown. She is an Olympic skateboarder and world champion. She has so many titles at this point, and she's so young. She's like 13 or 14 at this point. But yeah, I would love to meet her. She's amazing. And then Lin-Manuel Miranda, huge inspiration. I just need to listen to him and talk to him. Honorable mention, maybe Bang Chan from Stray Kids. I feel like he's got a lot of wisdom, and that would be really nice. If you were stranded on an island and could only take 3 objects, what would they be? 3 objects only. I would definitely have to take a book, and it'd have to be like the longest book ever because I'm stranded here. Oh man, I'm gonna sound so lame. Like a big journal, so I can do so much. Like I can draw, I can write, I can journal, I can do so much with that. I feel like I wouldn't be bored. If we're talking about not surviving, these are non-surviving things that I'm taking to this island. What else that essentially would make it less unbearable? Something that plays music without electricity. What would that be? Ukulele. Okay, a ukulele. I would take a ukulele so I could play my own songs, write my own songs, because I got that journal, and I also have that book. So I'm good for a month at least, but then you gotta come get me. What advice would you have for someone who wants to be a social media creator? Ooh, okay, I have a lot of advice, but I think the most important advice is to be consistent, to do it. If you actually want to do it, that's actually something you're striving for. Because again, this is something I was just like, not really aiming at, but landed on somehow. But I feel like what got me here was the discipline to be consistent and post every single day. Give yourself those breaks when you need to, but be consistent as much as you can. Whether you go into different niches, whether you try different content, but at least be posting. Because that's the most important thing. How can you possibly be a social media anything if you're not on social media, if you're not present there? You can't post something, peace out, and then expect, I don't know, like a whole whirlwind. It's something that you have to constantly work at, which is very tiring of social media. And no one really listens to that advice. A lot of people have asked me this exact question. No one wants to be consistent or disciplined enough to do this, but those who have been have seen results, and you have to be patient. There's gonna be highs and there's gonna be lows, and you gotta be patient with that. That's my advice. What are your favorite movies of all time? The Lion King always makes you cry. Probably the best thing to ever be drawn, and the cinematography, the music. Oh, I could talk about that I don't talk about it. Okay. What's another one? The Florida Project, which if you haven't seen it, please watch it. It's a very chill movie, but there's a lot of depth in it, and it's a very interesting look at what goes on outside of Disneyland, inside of the very city that like claims to have the happiest place on earth, and children living in poverty. It's so interesting, and I don't know. I just related to a lot as a Floridian. And probably Princess Mononoke. Love that movie. In my opinion, best Studio Ghibli movie. It's just so, every time I watch it, I feel like I learned something new. So those are the movies that you want to pay attention to. Something that you can constantly rewatch and just like, and it's also just incredible. It's just incredible. What is something most people who follow you don't know about you? I feel like they know a lot. Well, they know as much as I let them know. but I'm pretty much an open book if you meet me in real life. I don't know if a lot of people know that I'm a vegetarian. I've definitely mentioned it online. But I don't know if a lot of people have caught it. So I'm a vegetarian. Some people are shocked to find that out, and I am. What is your biggest pet peeve? Close-minded people. So people who just are unwilling to try new things or even be respectful of other people's things, you know. I just can't stand the idea of shutting someone else down because you just don't vibe with whatever the heck, or you didn't try to vibe with what they were presenting, which is fine. Everyone's allowed to have their own things. But to just at least be, I guess, civil, I don't know. But I appreciate people who have differences with others and they're open-minded and willing to hear out others. And I don't know, I appreciate that. I just can't stand people who just, I can't stand people who won't at least hear someone out before coming to conclusions, or just live in a bubble so much that they can't even fathom what it would be like outside. Like, the empathy is just not there. So that's probably a pet peeve. I don't even know if that's a pet peeve or it's like a people preference thing. I don't know. When did you first go viral? Considering that my account started as an art channel or an art account, it's very different than what it is today. I first went viral pretty much like a week, maybe 2 weeks after I, pretty much like, yeah, a week after I first started posting on TikTok. And it was because Kobe Bryant had died and I decided to draw a photo of him and his daughter. Or was it just him? Because I did draw 2 photos. I decided to draw him and I kind of like filmed my process. I didn't film my face. I hadn't been filming my face. I filmed my process and that video got 1 million views, which I couldn't fathom in the slightest. But yeah, that was the first time I went viral and it was so soon after joining TikTok. And I feel like that was a much easier feat back then, but nowadays it's definitely like harder thing to do, but just cause so many people are on TikTok now. But yeah, back then I was mind blown. So if you could travel anywhere, where would you choose? There's too many places. I'm such a travel, I don't know what you call it. I have wanderlust. That's what I got. I would want to go to, like, I've been dying to go to Thailand. Of course, South Korea. I want to go to Singapore. I would love to go to multiple places in Europe, like Austria, Spain, like obviously Italy, like there's Ireland, a lot of places in South America. I want to go back to Mexico. Like there's so many places I want to go to. Australia. Like I just want to visit the entire globe and like and I will in time I will. So yeah. If you had to describe yourself in 4 words, what would they be? Creative, kind, open-minded, wise. I feel like other people should describe me, not myself. Let me ask around and come back to you one day. But thank you so much, Famous Birthdays, for allowing me to do this. This is awesome. This is my first interview ever, so this is really cool. Okay, je t'aime, bye. Bye.